Dudes and Dudines, welcome to our weekly power ranking. Which big favorite is currently struggling hard and which team climbed up the ladder despite losing 0-2? Let's dive into the ranking. Number 24, Grubbers, last time's ranking, 24. The Grubbers have a good and a bad news. Good news, they are finally on one win. Bad news, they need at least 9 in any scenario to get into playoffs. Number 23, Primordials, last time's ranking, 21. 301 days lied between their last victory and the one they achieved last week. With many people cheering for Pri, hopes are high for a first match victory in a long time. Number 22, Dog Crimson Flames, last time's ranking, 21. Another of the bottom teams is the Crimson Flames. The Dogs are in a big struggle. They have lost against every animal team and next up they face against the Lynx. Number 21, Sorby Glacial, last time's ranking, 20. The Bulls are on a 6-game losing streak. Against the Grubbers they get the chance to finally get back on track, otherwise it will slowly look like every Danish team is doomed in the SLE. Number 20, Lynx Dream, last time's ranking, 17. It has become obvious that this team is not rival Lynx. They don't need to be though, and it's still more than enough time to get into the top 16. In the battle of the Dog and the Lynx, they are planning to get closer to .500. Number 19, Peachfish Wolf, last time's ranking, 23. The Swedish Fishers managed to defeat the Dogs and is now on a 2-6 scoreline. Against Primordials they have another shot at climbing out of the basement. Number 18, Black Lotus Esports SNC, last time's ranking, 19. The Lotus slowly starts to bloom again. 2 consecutive wins have put them on a comfortable 4-4 scoreline. Can the team around Glumix and ADC Shusaku keep on winning? Number 17, Slim Odds, last time's ranking, 18. The Crab Gang are changing between wins and losses. Against the Wolves they have to show some consistency, otherwise it will be another split where the playoffs are the limit. Number 16, Good Kai Yang, last time's ranking, 12. Yang is slowly dropping down the standings. While the team has more than enough time left to get into a good spot for playoffs, they need to start soon. Why not start in the next Classico against Vatagen Pearl? Number 15, Vatagen Pearl, last time's ranking, 10. Pearl is struggling hard this split. A losing record before entering halftime of the regular season is nothing players like Dutch or Ant are used to. Maybe the blame lies on the bot lane, who had a combined score of 4-32. Nevertheless, the team has to get back on track against the other struggling giant, Good Chi Yang. Number 14, Silver Phoenix, last time's ranking, 16. The Phoenix is slowly rising. Their relatively weak schedule so far results in them still needing to prove they can beat the top teams of the SLE. Good thing they are facing the Devilian, who have so far only drawn or won their matches. Number 13, Shaka Bantu, last time's ranking, 11. King Shaka and his team is sitting on a comfortable 5-3 record. Enough to be called a contender, but still far away from a real SLE favorite as they were named by some. Number 12, Ragnarok, last time's ranking, 15. It's really hard to judge Ragnarok. In some games they look like a contender, in others they struggle a lot. Black Lotus is up next for the British team. Number 11, Sneck Pack SNC, last time's ranking, 9. Sneck Pack, once the number 1 German squad in the SLE, is slowly losing the contender image. Against Dangerous Game they are forced to win, otherwise it will be once again a split of struggles. Number 10, Infernal Wolves B, last time's ranking, 14. The Wolves lost the Battle of the Beasts and are now on a 4-4 scoreline. Against the Crab Gang they are once again facing an animal squad. Number 9, DVN Infinity, last time's ranking, 13. Devilianas managed to slowly claim a spot in the upper half of the SLE. The Edgy Devils are facing the Phoenix in Week 4 with much hope for a step closer to the top 8. Number 8, Vatagen Diamond, last time's ranking, 7. With a third draw in a row the Diamonds are looking consistent in their inability to win a series so far. Next up on the line is Shaka Bantu, a team that is also on a 3-match draw streak. Number 7, Solaris Eris, last time's ranking, 8. Solaris Eris is starting to look like a real contender in the SLE. Against the Assassins they are looking to defeat their first team with a winning record. Number 6, Dangerous Game, last time's ranking, 2. Well, Lurgs gives and Lurgs takes. This time he and his comrades gave the Assassins a 2-0 victory, which resulted in DG now sitting at a 4-4 scoreline. Against Sneck Pack they are now forced to win, otherwise it's not looking good for the title aspirations. Number 5, Good Chi Yin, last time's ranking, 6. Yin is slowly creeping back to the position of the favorites. After 3-1 against the two Vitagan teams, they are now facing the Wacky Wraiths in a replay of the Split 5 finals. Number 4, Eternal Blizzard, last time's ranking, 5. The Bears keep on marching with the regular season title on the menu. The super team around Loco, Shikioran, IFX, Agama and Hax is on a 6-game winning streak and are looking to take the top spot away from the Sailors. Number 3, Assassins and Greed SNC, last time's ranking, 4. After their loss to the Sailors in Week 2, they now bounced back with a win against Dangerous Game. With Solaris Eris next, they are looking to get consistency into their game. Number 2, Wacky Wraiths SNC, last time's ranking, 3. The Wraiths are still one of the top teams in the SLE and they have proven that with a draw against the undefeated Pirates. In the upcoming week they can take revenge for their heartbreaking loss in the Split 5 finals. Number 1, Black Flag Sailors SNC, last time's ranking, 1. The Sailors are no longer undefeated. For the third time in SLE history a team starts the regular season 7-0. Red Team won in Split 1, Good Chi Gaming in Split 3 and now the Pirates in Split 6. And as it was for the other teams before Game 8 was the first one to be lost. In Week 4 they are facing off with Eternal Blizzard, a team that dominated them in a show match. And that wraps up our power ranking for today. With the halftime of the regular season being this week, we can slowly see which teams will be struggling for the playoffs and which are fighting for the regular season title.